Going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a subject that tailors specifically to somebody who's looking to start a business or knows that they want to do something outside of the normal 9-to-5 job and do something on their terms. This is somebody who's maybe in school for business, thinking about going to school for business, and my opinions on the best and worst things that you can do as an entrepreneur in regards to starting up your business and getting educated and taking those first steps to starting your business. So if you guys are new here, my name's Owen Blue, and over the past few years, I've generated millions of dollars online running my own businesses. I've also gone to college for business and have learned a lot of things along the way, and a lot of them are gonna surprise you. So the first thing that I wanna cover is what you will learn from going to college for starting a business. This is somebody who's done it, who's graduated, and who's had time to reflect on the things that I learned that I've implemented into my business, and that you can probably get an understanding of what you're going to learn and potentially implement into your business. And that is zero. There's been nothing that I learned through the college degree that I went and got that I've implemented into my business and have added any success to my business. And actually, I believe that going to post-secondary, if you're in the mindset of starting your own business, is the biggest waste of time, money, and is honestly the biggest scam that there is. Now, one of the first things that I learned in my business program was that you want to build up a business plan and use that business plan to go to the banks and get a loan to start your business. And this is the absolute worst advice that I would ever hear or want somebody who's starting a business to take in order to launch that business. And there's a lot of issues with that, right? When you're starting up a business, the worst thing that you can do is borrow money, because you're going into a field that's new to you. You're going into a field that has a 95% fail rate, and you're going into a field borrowing money from somebody who's gonna charge you interest. And to be completely honest, you're probably not going to successfully launch that business the first time around. Now, I don't mean this to deter anybody. I don't mean this to put off yourself from starting that business, but I mean to be the reality check in the entrepreneurship space based on my own experiences and statistically what the success rate of starting a business really looks like. Now, it doesn't mean that your success rate in launching and building a business over the long term is going to be a 95% fail rate. It's a 95% fail rate on people who start up a business, because there's a lot of people that get into business with the wrong motives, the wrong mindset, and the wrong advice that they've gotten from these big institutions, these colleges, universities, and so on and so forth. And I'm not talking about if you're going into business for corporate America. I'm talking about if you're going to start up your own business, right? And just remember that entrepreneurship isn't like a career, it's a lifestyle. And as cliche as that sounds, it is so true, where you have to set yourself up in the mindset, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm going to do this and fail along the way, right? I'm going to do this until I'm successful. And the first few businesses that you launch, they might work really well and they might flop really hard. And statistically, they're going to fail. And I'm not saying this again to deter you guys, but I'm saying this to set you guys up in the right mindset of trying things, failing, learning from them, implementing what you've learned, and doing things better and better as you go. The first businesses that I launched failed miserably, right? And it wasn't until maybe the 5th, 6th, 7th attempt that things started to work. And it wasn't because it was some radically better idea. It was because I had learned what not to do. I had learned what works and what doesn't, and the things that you need to learn as an entrepreneur based on experience. It's not something that you can learn in college and school from a teacher who's never actually ran a business themselves. And that was, again, red flag number 2 of joining into the college system for learning how to manage a business, run a business, start a business, is a lot of the profs and people who are teaching these courses are either people who have never ran a business or people who have never successfully built a multi-million-dollar corporation, because again, it probably wouldn't be teaching in the college or university system. They would be running their business, right? So at the end of the day, I think that it's completely backwards, the education system for entrepreneurs, and that going to school to learn entrepreneurship is the biggest scam there is. And again, you are never going to get these same lessons, these same learning experiences from doing the thing and finding out what doesn't work and what works. Again, at the end of the day, experience is the best teacher, and going and trying to learn a bunch of theory without implementing or getting any experience is the worst thing that you can do as an entrepreneur and somebody who's trying to start a business. So again, guys, I really encourage you to just take the leap into learning things as you go, right? Build a business that doesn't require a ton of upfront capital or investment or inventory or equipment, because a lot of the times people get themselves into a bad financial standpoint before they even get money in the door, right? They rent out a bunch of equipment, or they buy a bunch of inventory, they hire a bunch of people that they can't pay, and end up putting themselves into jeopardy with their business launch. So the best thing that you guys can do is find a model or find a business that requires low upfront investment, a smaller amount of risk than your traditional business, right? And learn about the things that that business is going to teach you along the way, instead of trying to learn a bunch of theory first and then say, hey, I'm ready to go. And then you jump in and realize, wow, none of this theory applies to what I'm doing at my stage in my business. And the things that I'm going to learn and get the most value from are going to come from the experiences along each and every step of the way. So again, guys, take action, learn from your mistakes, and implement the solutions that you learned from those mistakes into your next attempt at that business as you go. And again, it doesn't have to be a whole complete new business. You might test something inside your business or do a launch that didn't work out, but figure out, why didn't that work? What could I do better the next attempt? And get the experience that you need as an entrepreneur to really set yourself up for success, and not put yourself into these tough situations that the system teaches you to go down. And again, a lot of this stuff you're gonna learn from other people's mistakes, your own experiences, and so much more that's involved with being inside of a community. And that's why we also host our free Telegram group. It's down below. This is where you can talk with me, my business partner, and all the members and entrepreneurs inside of that community to learn from them, what they've done, maybe what's worked, what hasn't worked, and really set yourself up for success the best way around, rather than going the traditional model and setting yourself up for a bad spot. So again, guys, that link's gonna be down in the description. We'd be happy to see you guys there. It's completely free to join up, and we'll see you guys inside the next video.